soon.
Let's turn our focus to the Middle East now, where at least 54 Palestinians have been killed in a new wave of Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip, with attacks hitting Gaza City, Khan Yunis, Beit Lahia and the al-Baji refugee camp. In Khan Yunis alone, 11 people were killed when Israeli forces targeted tents sheltering displaced families. The strikes come amid one of the deadliest phases of the war, with nearly 1,700 Palestinians killed since Israel ended a temporary ceasefire on March the 18th and resumed its assault. Meanwhile, Hamas has released a third video of Israeli hostage Elkanah Babot, who was taken during the October 7th attack. Israel has condemned the footage as part of psychological warfare aimed at pressuring the government. In a separate statement, Hamas has also said that it has lost contact with the person responsible for guarding Israeli-American soldier Eden Alexander, who was taken hostage in October as well. The group confirmed that a guard assigned to Alexander was killed in a recent Israeli airstrike, but the fate of the 21-year-old dual citizen remains unknown. Alexander's father, Adi Alexander, says he remains hopeful that his son is still alive. Speaking at a gathering outside Tel Aviv City Hall, he urged the United States to take direct action to help recover the remaining hostages. Families of the captives are continuing to press Israeli leaders for answers and a diplomatic solution to bring their loved ones home. In a national address, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he has ordered the military to increase pressure on Hamas. He vowed that Israel would continue fighting until victory, blaming Hamas's rejection of a recent truce proposal for the renewed escalation. Netanyahu's comments came as protests erupted across the country, with demonstrators clashing with police in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, demanding a deal to bring the hostages back and an end to the war. We once again stay in the region of the Middle East, where the United States and Iran made progress in a second round of high-stakes talks on Tehran's nuclear program on Saturday and agreed to meet again next week. The Oman-mediated talks in Rome lasted for about 4 hours. Tehran's top diplomat Abbas Araghchi declared it a good meeting that yielded progress and stated that they managed to reach a better understanding on a series of principles and goals. Let's take a look at what the Iranian foreign minister had to say.
در ادامه جلسه گذشته این بار هم جلسه خوبی بود و میتونم بگم که رو به جلو هست مذاکرات. ما این بار موفق شدیم در خصوص یک سری اصول و اهداف به یک تفاهم بهتری برسیم و نهایتاً قرار شد که مذاکرات ادامه پیدا بکنه و وارد مرحله.
Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Ismail Baqai said that the parties have agreed to resume indirect talks at a technical level over the next few days and subsequently continue at the level of 2 senior negotiators next Saturday on the 26th of April. The Foreign Ministry of Oman, which is mediating the nuclear negotiations between the United States and Iran, said the two sides were seeking an agreement that guarantees the Islamic Republic does not possess nuclear weapons. Oman also said that the third round would be in Muscat, returning to the state of the first talks a week ago. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has affirmed his commitment to preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons, declaring that he would not waver in that effort. Here's what the Israeli Prime Minister had to say about the issue.
אני מחויב למנוע מאיראן נשק גרעיני. אני לא מוותר על זה, אני לא מרפה מזה, ואני לא נסוג מזה. לא.
We stay in the Middle East, where the United States have launched a fresh wave of airstrikes on Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. At least 3 people were killed and 4 injured in strikes on Sana's Al-Thawra, Bani, Matar and Al-Safia districts. The US also hit Hodeïda's port and airport with 13 airstrikes, just days after a deadly raid on the Ras Isa oil port that killed at least 80 and wounded over 150. CENTCOM says the attacks aim to weaken the Houthis' fuel supply and revenue. The strikes follow repeated Houthi attacks on Red Sea shipping, which the group claims are in support of Palestinians in Gaza. Despite mounting casualties, the Houthis have vowed to continue their operations. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says he is gravely concerned by the rising death toll.